Hey guys, I just wanted to acknowledge how funny everything that's happening today is because literally a 150-year-old organization is probably going to be taken down by a group of angry, pissed off teenagers that are tired of seeing their friends get shot. Um, and on the same day as the NRA convention, Maria Butina, the Russian spy who collaborated with them through Russia to give Donald Trump $30 million, was also put in prison, which was pretty funny. It's so fucking ironic that they always go out there and say, like, this is our fundamental, American right. And then they go out there and collaborate with Russia to interfere in our elections. They go out there and say that you need to, like, arm yourselves against criminals, yet they continuously break campaign finance laws and are criminals again and again. The NRA is also a registered 501c3, so they're literally a nonprofit and they get tax exempt status as a result of being a nonprofit. In reality, most of their funding comes through their golden ring membership status, which is members that donate over $1 million a year or have donated over $1 million to the NRA. And that's disproportionately people in the C-suite of gun manufacturers. So they don't actually represent gun owners like my father and many of my family members. They represent gun manufacturers. There's video of Wayne LaPierre going out there and saying, we do not want to put guns in school, but now they want to put guns in school. And you ask yourself, why the fuck would they want to do that? That is a terrible idea. And the reason is, it's not because their membership or gun owners support it. It's because they're funded by gun manufacturers. And we ask ourselves, like, how do we know this? How do we know that they've been co-opted by gun manufacturers and they've turned into this monstrosity of an organization that has so much infighting going on? And it's because we know that they don't protect gun owners. They know that, like, for example, my father, who's a gun owner and a veteran and former law enforcement, they made it so that guns are not under the Consumer Protection Act, so that guns can basically be sold that are dropped from any height. And you might ask yourself, well, why can't those guns be out there? Why can't the guns that are out there that can be dropped from any height and go off at a random time why don't people sue the gun manufacturers, right? And that's a good question. But the thing is, they made it against federal law to sue gun manufacturers because of something known as PLACA, which basically makes it against the law to sue gun manufacturers in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. And that's how we know they don't protect gun owners, because they put gun owners at risk again and again and again and again. Because they go out there and continuously say, like, we want to stop, they want to make schools safer and they want to harden schools. But let's think about what they actually mean when they say they want to harden schools. They want to put in armed teachers. They want to put in armed security guards. They want to have a single point of entry with a metal detector. And they want to have barbed wire fence all around the school. But you know what I just described to you? Fucking prison. That's what they want. They want more kids to be put into prison. They want more kids to be criminalized again and again, so that we can grow the school to prison pipeline and we can grow the profits of the prison military industrial complex, and the military industrial complex that the NRA is now a massive part of. Donald Trump went out there today and said that he's going to repeal a major restriction on arms deals through the United States. So now we're going to be even more complicit than we already are in gun violence around the world because of our colonialistic and imperialistic ways of spreading guns to as many countries as possible as the largest arms manufacturer in the world. So not only is the NRA, having this crisis on the home front, they're actually, in reality, starting to spread in a very colonialistic manner to other countries that have faced gun violence recently, to say that you need more guns so that they can sell more guns, because they know that Donald Trump has made a significant impact on gun sales and that people are not buying nearly as many guns as they thought they were going to. Because gun manufacturers legitimately thought that Hillary Clinton was going to win the election, and that was going to cause a massive amount of fear. And as a result, millions of people are going to go out and buy guns because they're afraid that they were going to have their guns taken away. But when Donald Trump won, they had this massive inventory with nobody coming there to buy it, because nobody thinks Donald Trump is coming to take their guns, even though he said, take the guns first, due process second, which isn't even something that it's not even something that I advocate for, because extremist protection orders are through due process. And it's so fucking crazy that they continuously go on this front of, like this constant religious bullshit where they say, like, guns are inherently religious. They're not. What Christianity, the fundamental principles of Christianity and most religions are supposed to be fighting for peace and love and equality for other people, yet they continuously use religious fundamentalism and evangelicalism to push war and violence, which is not what almost any of these religions that they continuously say that they're part of and that they support were ever founded in the first place. And it's purely because they just want to sell as many guns as possible. That's literally it. They don't care about gun owners because they don't put guns under the Consumer Protection Act, to the point that toy guns are more regulated for safety in the United States than actual fucking guns. And on top of that, they made it illegal for gun owners who have their guns inadvertently go off and kill someone. They made it illegal, a crime, a fucking crime, to go out and sue those gun manufacturers, because they don't want accountability, because they know that they're funded by gun manufacturers. They aren't actually funded by their members anymore. They're disproportionately funded by gun manufacturers that don't care about gun owners and want to sell as many guns as possible and scare as many people as possible again and again. Then on top of that, the other evil thing that they do is they block research. It's literally, they made it against the law to do CDC research, but then after we were able to kind of change that law and make it at least somewhat legal to do that research at the CDC, once we did that, what did they do next? They took control of all the people on the House Appropriations Committee that they have and made it so that we couldn't fund any gun violence research, while 40,000 Americans die annually as a result of gun violence. And I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican. But I think we can all agree that we need to fund gun violence research, that guns should be under the Consumer Protection Act, and that gun manufacturers that are irresponsible manufacturers that don't adhere to specific safety regulations should be allowed to be sued so that gun manufacturers can get accountability. There's just so much fucking crazy stuff that has happened today around the NRA, and so many things that are going on that are insane in there. That I'm really excited to see what comes out of it, because if it wasn't for those meddling kids, we may not be having this conversation right now. Thanks, guys. I love you guys. Go out and register to vote. We need young people and everyone to go out and vote with us, not for Democrats or Republicans, but for morally just leaders that care about kids dying in their schools and outside of them as well as a result of preventable gun violence, including gun suicide, which is also a major part of this conversation. So if you want to register or if you'd like to donate, you can go to marchforourlives.com. Thank you guys. I love you all. Have a great day.